they have been sure to actually meet people's concerns here.
For sure.
So, for many early and low tier recipes for leveling gear, starter potions, right as you learn them, your general crafting skill may be low enough that you'll tend to craft them at lowest quality. These recipes aren't meant to be difficult, and through gaining a higher skill in your profession or specializing in paths to make you generally better, these will become easy to craft at max quality, even with low quality reagents. On the other hand, many of the recipes for high-end items, particularly gear, with powerful optional reagents and top-tier consumables, those will be difficult to craft at the highest quality. In fact, the goal in these situations is that only the best of the best can make them at the highest quality, and only by using every tool at your disposal. What it means in practice is if you wanted to craft the most difficult recipes at max quality, for example, a chest with an item level equivalent to that of a mythic raid, you would need the following. To fully specialize in crafting that type of gear. To use all top quality reagents, both required and optional, and those will require skilled gatherers and crafters. And to use the best profession gear that you can find, which would likely require specialized crafters to make. So you need to be decked out. And that means that in the same way that maybe you want to be the top DPS in your raid, there could potentially be a player who wants to be like the top crafter. And they'll be able to work at that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, that also works for, like, you look at this, looks for the social experience of, hey, you can, go and speak to the person who in your guild is really, really good at this. Then you go, but what about alts? It's like, yeah, if you want to be, because I know, look, our guild is, like, just basically, yeah, he is every single thing. He's a max character, all the perfections maxed for maximum 11 million gold making. The rich fuck. But you can just also, this does mean there's a lot of gameplay for alts in that sense. So hopefully that actually works. I mean, it is just the same gameplay, but slightly different flavor. But it does mean you can actually work on a lot of this stuff yourself.
Yeah.
To make yourself the way up, or you can get people specifically to do it with stuff. So it is honestly, it's like, yeah, this is just a very, not even complicated, but very like webbed system of stuff coming together. But theoretically, should be very, very good. Theoretically.
Yeah, and they say on top of that, you'd either need to be lucky with inspiration or use a valuable finishing reagent that boosts skill to guarantee it's crafted at top quality. In other words, it will take the contribution of many skilled crafters and gatherers as well as some luck or extra resources, not and.
Yep.
So you will be able to deterministically get the thing that you want if you have the skill and the resources to make the best items at the highest quality. Their goal is to ensure that crafting the best of the best or having it crafted for you will be no small feat and be one that you are proud of. Because that's the thing, there's so few things in this game that people are proud of that's like actually a thing that they can do. It's just like, oh, my mount bar now says 700. Wow.
Nothing.
Whereas this is like a thing that you can do in the game world that you can do because you put the work in. So surely for trying to design an MMORPG, that makes sense, right?
Yeah. I hope so.
But there's more texture in it, and that means a lot of people are going to like it a lot more, but because it'll be less efficient, I think a lot of people will be angry too. They'll say, I pay a sub fee. I deserve access to this gear. I deserve this.
Well, that is the exact same as people saying, I've bought this game, I deserve access to the end-game content, the hardest difficulty for single-player games. Like that. And people think that, and they don't understand video games and should think differently.
Yeah. And they also say that we want to emphasize, you will never need to rely on luck. Luck can be of much help to you if you want to focus on inspiration, but it's never necessary. We hope this means crafting the very highest quality items turns out to be very lucrative, while also being something that a large guild could coordinate to do on their own. Please note, the goal is not to have high-end gear cost anything remotely approaching the cost of top legendaries in Shadowlands. So I think this is one of the things people really want to hear.
Good luck to that.
Yeah, good luck, Blizz. I hope you can make that happen.
Well,
I guess the thing is, the money there, maybe they're trying to balance the resource economy so that it's more in discretionary commission to get the attention of crafters rather than it is the raw material cost.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's their goal. They say in general, we don't expect the base reagents to be nearly as expensive. And with most of the effort to become highly specialized, that'll be through play, not through spending gold. Even if for a time only a few players can make the best items the highest quality, getting an item crafted at lower quality will be much more achievable. Lower quality items will only be slightly less powerful in contrast to the tiers of legendaries in Shadowlands. Finally, you will be able to get lower quality equipment recrafted to a higher quality later by a more skilled crafter for minimal reagents with more details coming.
Yeah, I feel like this is interesting to me because they're a little bit mask off. I can tell from talking about this, like, I think they know the economy is in trouble with RMT and WoToken. I think they know people are concerned about that, and they have all of the answers, at least on paper.
Yeah. So some of their profession skilling philosophy then. You gain skill in professions the way that you have in the past, but there is a major difference. Instead of needing to max your skill to learn all recipes, you will only need to skill up about halfway. So you get all your recipes by halfway through your leveling, your primary level for that profession. Blizzard's intent is that you won't feel the need to rush to max on your profession skill, but instead can slow down halfway, content that you can learn any recipe that you can get your hands on. They say it should also mean that while you are filling crafting orders for others or making useful items for yourself, whatever, you're also gaining skill. Finally, it should mean many fewer items will be made just to skill up, thus flooding the market and diminishing their value. So that's also kind of interesting. This is also true because much of the latter half of your profession skill will be earned through crafting high-end items that require specially earned soulbound reagents. Since as an individual crafter you cannot earn enough of these on your own to max out your profession, you'll need to fill orders from others to max out your profession skill. But maxing out your profession skill isn't required to be able to do every craft. Perhaps not at the highest quality, but you'll be able to do them at least. So, yeah, they're trying their best.